Yee. This video isn't happening. Yes. Freedom appearing as video. Nothing appearing as video. Nothing happening. I was asked the question, what is real? And the response is nothing is real. Nothing can be proved. Nothing is solid or tangible. And even if it appears to be proved, like in quantum physics, that's the observer effect. So whatever you're resonating with, everything is infinite potential appearing as infinite meanings, which cancels itself out to no meaning. But if there's a resonance with a meaning, you'll bring evidence as that meaning to prove it to yourself. But it's infinite meaning, it's no meaning, and it's malleable, and it's changeable. It's not solid, it's not permanent. It varies from body to body based on a past that didn't happen, past conditioning that didn't happen, past beliefs, which is just identification or resistance to thoughts, which separates them and makes it seem like it's your thought, which turns into a belief, which turns into the apparent mind that isn't real. And then you project your own ideas and beliefs, which is malleable, transient, energetic. It's not tangible. It's not solid. There is no evidence. There is no truth. There is no proof. There is no answer, because you are the infinite riddle that can never be solved. You are the unknown that can never know, because there is no knowing. You are infinite, singular, so not real, does not exist, can pretend to exist through resistance, through rejecting what is, which appears to create opposites, and the identification with opposites, and which is like the veil of separation. But no one's doing that already. There is no one. You are the infinite dreaming this, not separate from this, but also not this, because just like the imagination, energy, malleable, not solid, not real. A pretend play without actors and an empty audience, empty seats. Just for fun. No reason, no meaning, no purpose. Purpose is a prison where freedom goes to die. Which didn't happen either. That's just a story. Freedom can't die, because freedom is even the prison. Freedom is the game of hide and seek. Freedom is resistance. Everything is everything. It swallows itself. So resistance is it. Seeking is it. The prison is it. Feeling unfree is freedom. The belief in the idea that this can't be it, it needs to feel free, is freedom already. That's what's so beautiful, is you can't escape it. It just swallows itself whole and destroys everything. Like the dumpster fire of eternity. appearing and disappearing playfully, not really happening. There would need to be two for something to be something or something to be real or objective, and you can't get outside of everything to be real. You are all there is, which is and isn't. So realness is the relative experience through resistance, which is like the pretend veil that makes things appear real, but they're not. They're not real. Yay. So the illusion of the individual, which is the rejection of what is, can get very triggered by hearing there is no free will. There is no choice. There is no one doing anything. You've never manifested anything. You've never done anything. You don't exist. That can be very triggering because that's revealing that everything is chaos. There is no destiny. There is no time. There is no cause and effect. And you can't get outside of everything to change or manipulate it because you are all there is. And I love using the analogy of the body. So there is no universe, but if there was a universe, the whole entire universe would be your body. And it would be one totality functioning as a whole, kind of like the analogy of the inside of the body where cells are communicating. The blood is pumping, the heart is beating involuntarily. No one controlling it, no one doing it, like a reflex. It's just happening spontaneously, chaotically. It's just happening. No intention, no one doing it, no one controlling it. And that's how this is as the divine dreaming this, or God's imagination, whatever you want to call it. It's one totality functioning as a whole, and is and isn't. It's not real. It's not really happening. It's being imagined or being dreamed. It's not real. And you aren't separate from it. You can't be separate from it to have control over it or to manipulate or to manifest something or to create something. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It just is spontaneously, chaotically. It can appear as order by the imagination abstracting and kind of piecing together ideas to make sense, but really it is chaos. It's immediate. It's single frames, like in a projector. It's just the single frame without anything before, anything after. And the mind can abstract the frame before to make sense, make it look like a movie or a story, but that's not really happening because there was no frame before. There is no before. There is no time. There's just this, which is and isn't, which isn't really happening. And you don't exist because you're singular. You can't get outside of everything to exist as an entity or as an individual. There is no individual already. No one's in the body already. It's just appearing to happen. Everything's just appearing like a magic show without a magician. It's a mystery. You are the mystery. You are the infinite riddle that can never be solved. And mystery is sexy. Mystery is unknown, unknowable. It's like a puzzle that can never be solved or figured out, which is, can appear to be a challenge or appear to be, a surrendering into the unknown and just allowing everything to be, which is involuntary as well, which is liberation. But even that's sexy. And it's all sensual and all making love and to its non-self through being everything. Just like when you meet a new lover and you don't know the lover, you don't know the person, you can't figure it out. It's sexy, it's mysterious, it's unknown, it's a riddle. That's what this is. It's unknown. It's sensual. The recognition that there is no free will and there never has been can feel like a sense of losing control, or like a terror, a feeling of jumping out of an airplane with nothing to hold on to, which destroys all meaning and purpose and substance and reason and beliefs and concepts simultaneously. It's like the dumpster fire. But what's funny is it's seen and very obvious that there never has been control. I mean, even if you look at your day, I mean, you can't control anything. You step in dog shit, you slip and fall, there's pain, random pain, there's thoughts arising from emptiness. No one planned the thought. No one planned to plan the thought of a plan. Thoughts are random, spontaneous, arising from nothing. No one controlled it. No one chooses it. Whatever's coming out of the mouth is not chosen. It's not premeditated. It's just happening. Everything is nothing. It's very obvious. Everything is nothing. Chaotically, spontaneously arising from nothing is nothing. Appearing, disappearing. And you can even see how there can be a thought to drive to the grocery store in the car, and the body gets in the car and drives to the park and does the opposite. You know, it's just, there is no control, there is no script, it's totally random, which can feel triggering, you know, especially to apparent individuals that prefer things to feel safe or known or organized or whatever. And that's beautiful too. That's freedom too, appearing as being triggered, appearing as preferring order, preferring to know. That's freedom too. This message is the Grim Reaper. It is a killer that kills the idea of free will that never happened, the death of an idea that wasn't real, which didn't even happen, which is not even a death, because even that didn't happen. So real is relativity, which is an appearance, which is the absolute appearing relative, which would have infinite meaning, which infinite meaning cancels itself out to no meaning. So no meaning. And not two, not even one, singular, so doesn't exist, can't be real. Even the definition of real is like a thing that can be proved to exist or is tangible. And you can't get outside of everything to be separate from it, to be a thing, for something to exist. This is energy, boundless, formless, infinite potential appearing as something, which is still no thing. So realness is relative, which would be transient and impermanent and changeful and ethereal, and would have kind of like the observer effect in quantum physics. It would have meaning based on resonance of a frequency or something, or which is subject to change and appears to be different from how it's being perceived. So, and all of this is bullshit too. All of this is, it may sound like I know what I'm talking about, but this is unknowing. This is unknowable, speaking about nothing. And how can you speak about nothing? You can't. It's inexplainable. but it is the words. The wordless as words. That which cannot be explained as appearing as words. There's no truth. There's no fact. There's no answers. It's just chaos dancing as energy, as infinite potential, as eternal, timeless isness that isn't. It just swallows itself. It just swallows. Cancels itself out. Yay. Mwah. This message is the Grim Reaper. It might kill you. Which is just the recognition that there never was a you. That's the cosmic joke. Is there never was anyone to wake up. There never was an individual. How fun. What a funny story. So, this is everything. This is infinite potential appearing as everything. This is nothing appearing as everything. No one doing it, no one controlling it. No creator, no creation. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It's nothing. It's literally no thing. They can't even be grasped. There's nothing to hold on to. There's no truth. There's no answer. There's no information. Because you are the unknown. You can't know it. You can't get outside of yourself to look at yourself, and not the self as individual, as infinite formless energy appearing as a face on the screen or sitting on a chair. Whatever's appearing to happen is everything, is formless energy appearing as this, which is eternal, and it doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end. It's eternal. You were never born. This just appeared. And it's like delete, delete, delete. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's like a clean slate. It's empty, it's blank. Appearing as full. The past didn't happen. Nothing happened before this. Clicking on this video didn't happen. This isn't happening. But there's a memory that's new. It's new information of an idea of studying quantum physics back in the day that didn't happen, which is just new information arising now. I didn't learn anything. There was no past. It's just information, infinite potential arising as these words, as this. The quantum. Okay, so back in the day that didn't happen, my favorite quantum physicist talked about this, which is the absolute energy, just infinite, boundless, formless, ultimate, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever, it doesn't matter. Which doesn't have a source, which doesn't have a beginning or end, which is singular, so it doesn't exist, does not have meaning or purpose or anything. He talked about it as the main computer because he was very much into the simulation. The main computer of infinite information, infinite zeros and ones, appearing and disappearing, pretending to be in a chat room with itself, which I thought was funny. I talk about it differently. It's like more romantic to me, or to this character. It's like more of a love story, because everything is the lover. Everything is the lover that never left you. That's always been everything. That's singing to you all day. You're breathing it. You're speaking it. You're walking in it. You're sitting on it. You're eating it. It's all the lover, like Tony says. The beloved. But that infinite potential, infinite information appearing as bodies and appearing as houses, streets, forms. And when you're driving down the street's unfolding. It wasn't there before, not there after. It's just appearing, disappearing, and isn't really happening. It's just like the quantum physicists say, like data or something, like just information appearing as form. But it's formless, because what is form without the senses? Take all the senses away, and there's nothing. The senses are everything. The senses are the appearance of form, appearance of house, appearance of street, appearance of bodies, which is energy, energetic, and it's unconditional love dancing, and it's absolutely stunning and radiating and alive and new information. Never happened before. No past, no future, no time. Just magically appearing and disappearing, just like these words appearing and disappearing. Emptiness didn't happen. These words aren't happening, and the words that seem to be before are just new information arising as this, eternally this. And you can't escape this. You are eternal, and you are all there is, so you can't escape what is. You can't get outside of what is to be separate, which is freedom, because all there is freedom. All there is no thing appearing as everything. Immediate, intimate. Freedom, 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 freedom is all there is. So free that this isn't even happening. So free that you don't even exist. And it's literally just this, looking at a screen. And there's nothing that happened before this, and this isn't happening. And there's nothing outside of this. There's nothing beyond the walls in the room that you're sitting in. There's no world out there. There's no people. That's just an idea that's arising now as new information now. Just an idea. Someone asked, well, what about what's going on in the world, the crazy stuff and the, wars and pedophilia and all those things. And that's not real. It's not really happening. It's kind of like a nightmare at night where you think it's real while the dream appears real, and it's a nightmare and you're in it and it appears very real, but then you wake up from the dream and you're like, oh my God, that didn't happen. That was just a nightmare. That's how it is. It's not real. And it's just this. It's looking at a screen. Where is the rape happening? Where's the pedophilia? Where's the war? I don't see it. It's not happening. It's very literal. It's just this. That's just an idea. That's still this. There's no world outside of those walls of the room you're sitting in. There's no one on the other side of the walls. And even if you walk outside, it's just a street in a building. There's no world. Even a country is just an idea. There is no country. It's just a street with some bodies walking down it, or a building, or a cup of tea. Whatever's appearing to happen is everything that could be or couldn't be, and is and isn't simultaneously. It's not real, not really happening. There is no world suffering. There is no one suffering. And everything is singular. So like a thought is singular, it's everything, and nothing happened before or after. And a sensation in the body, or like a grieving or a sadness, has nothing to do with the thought, because the thought didn't happen. The sensation is everything, nothing before, nothing after. No cause and effect. No cause and effect is total fucking freedom. Total freedom. There is no circumstance. There is no problem. Nothing can affect another thing, because there isn't another thing to affect. Whatever's appearing to happen is everything. Nothing before, nothing after. So whatever's appearing to happen does not affect anything else. There is no path that leads to this. Nothing led to this. Looking at a screen. And there wasn't even a clicking on the video. That didn't even happen. This is total freedom. This is so free that you can't even explain it, that you can't even imagine how free. I mean, the no cause and effect is huge, because it destroys all problems, all meaning. It destroys all circumstances. There is no circumstance. There is no problem. This is nothing happening. There is no world suffering. There is no one suffering. And when something appears like pain or sadness, it's impersonal. It's emptiness. It's a sensation arising in empty space and disappearing. Arising and disappearing. It's no one's. It doesn't belong to anyone. And that nothing caused it, because there's no cause and effect. There was nothing before it, nothing after. No reason why. There is no why. There is no answer, which is total freedom. The questioner dies. Then it's just permanent recess, because there's no problem to solve. It's just free-flowing, effortless aliveness, just happening. There never was anyone doing it. There never was anyone controlling it or making an effort or anyone exhausted from it. It's just happening. No one's doing it. So whatever's appearing to happen is the beloved, is everything. So if there is the idea of pedophilia, then that is the beloved appearing as pedophilia, is the divine, which is everything, which is nothing, not really happening, doesn't exist, appearing as that energy. It's one same energy appearing as chairs, cars, bodies, behaviors, emotions, feelings. All sensations are unconditional love. Unconditional love includes everything. It's all inclusive. It includes murder. It includes everything. Nothing's wrong or right. And the pretend game of hide and seek is the avoidance of behaviors or shaming, or which is the resistance, which is the seeking energy, which is avoidance of absence, which is freedom already, which is the beloved appearing as avoidance, appearing as shame, appearing as guilt, which is total perfection, all of it. It's all perfection. This is heaven. This is heaven already. like the Gnostic Gospels spoke about. The senses are paradise. This is paradise. This is the garden. Whatever's appearing to happen, even if it's horrendous, even if it's throwing up in a gas station bathroom, even if it's blacked out drunk or getting punched by a neighbor, it's everything. It's everything. It includes everything. It's not just one state or one anything. It's everything. It's not just bliss or happiness. It's sadness, grief, anger, all of it. Everything. Everything's included.